anonymous source once told me that she was captured, blindfolded, and put into the back of a van. She ended up in a random basement on her knees with her hands tied behind her back and required to open her mouth. She then received 11 shots of alcohol by her previous varsity squad members. Today, I want to bring awareness to hazing and the psychological components of these timeless tragedies. People believe hazing only occurs in Greek life, but that's not true at all. The British Journal of Sports Medicine reported that 80% of NCAA athletes say they have experienced hazing sometimes throughout their college career, and 42% of them said they experienced it in high school. Being in a sorority myself and having friends talk about things they endure throughout their pledgeship and fraternities, I feel like I have become educated enough to speak on this topic. Specifically, I will be speaking about what hazing is and how movies have psychologically justified such darkening rituals to their audience. First, I'm going to start by giving you guys some background information I feel it's important for you to know. Everyone has a different idea on what hazing is. According to the Hazing Prevention Organization, hazing is defined as any action taken or any situation created that intentionally causes embarrassment, harassment, or ridicule and risks physical and emotional embarrassment to their members, regardless new or not, regardless of their willingness to participate. Nobody can ever fully consent to being hazed, and someone's willingness does not excuse responsibility for either parties involved. Hazing is about power and control, and it doesn't create unity like some people may think. The perpetrators were once likely the victims, therefore it's just a vicious cycle that continues. You should also know that hazing occurs beyond athletics and Greek life. In a study done by the Journal of Research in Music Education, nearly 30% of respondents indicated they had endured some form of hazing in their marching band, which generally went unreported to authorities. People are scared to report hazing incidents to people of authority because they don't want to get in trouble, ruin the name or the reputation of their organization or club. Hazing is similar to bullying, but far more severe. I mean, you never hear a bully say, hey, by the way, I'm gonna bully you for 3 or 4 months, but then we can be best friends afterwards. But when somebody joins an organization, a fraternity in specific, a new member is joining knowing that they're going to have to endure pledgeship, and the men that beat them, batter them, and bruise them promise them a lifelong brotherhood in the end. Pledgeship is survival of the fittest, and although physical trauma is evident, the psychological effects aren't as obvious. Movies are publicly justifying a hazing event called a gauntlet, or a series of activities that a pledge is required to complete within a certain amount of time. A psychology assessment and treatment analysis specialist, Stephen M. Gentry, says that everyone has a desire to be accepted by others. It is a proven human fundamental. This explains why people will do anything and everything it takes to be accepted into an exclusive club or organization. There is a scene in the movie 22 Jump Street where it shows the pledges of Zeta Theta Psi enduring the gauntlet. The characters are first seen taking 6 shots of an anonymous alcohol while being screamed at the actives to drink, mother, or drink. They then are, that's what they say, and then they do a cake stand followed by a high jump over a beer tower where they are given scores 1 through 10 by the actives. Switching gears to a real life example, I had the privilege to hear Evelyn Piazza speak on behalf of her son, 19-year-old Timothy Piazza, in the gauntlet he endured while pledging Beta Theta Pi at Penn State University. Piazza was clearly inebriated and had fallen several times, including down a 15-foot flight of stairs. Toxicology reports and surveillance evidence shows that Piazza had consumed 18 drinks of vodka, beer, and wine within an hour and 22 minutes since the start of the gauntlet. None of his pledge brothers decided to call 911 out of fear for getting themselves in trouble and ruining the name of Beta nationally at their university and Beta with the law. By watching these kinds of movies, the audience's perception is altered and hazing is glorified. A study published in Cinema Journal states that the media has the ability to disrupt and impact societal views by the production and broadcasting of social contents. Though these events are fictional, they allow the audience to psychologically justify the violence, ridicule, and disgusting aspects of hazing. A movie that portrays this is Neighbors. A pledge is seen being called ass juice while the actives bang pots and pans around his head. He is then seen on all fours attached to a metal leash eating dog food out of a dog bowl. And that's just like really disturbing to me, I don't know. Okay, he is then scared awakened in the middle of the night by the actives and pushed into a baby pool of human feces. What Ashley's just displayed is a psychological effect called cognitive dissonance, or the state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude changes. So basically what this is saying is that a new member's brain is like, oh my God, this is absolutely terrible. Why did I decide to go through this? But I guess they must be pretty dope if I gotta get through this to get in. So while hazing and severe initiations might be unpleasant and dangerous, it does exactly what it's designed to do. It wears down self-identity, convinces new member that being emotionally and physically abused is okay, and it increases the prestige of the group being joined. Today I have shared a lot of information with you about hazing. I have informed and brought awareness to it and how movies psychologically glorify such darkening rituals. Remember the story I told you at the beginning from the anonymous source? I was that girl. I was the one that was blindfolded, captured, thrown in the back of a truck, ended up in a basement on my knees with my hands tied behind my back, forced to take 11 shots of alcohol from my varsity cheer members in high school. To end an epidemic, we must first realize that there is a problem. We can be the generation that ends hazing.